Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hope all of you are doing well and enjoying your weekends. As you guys know, the market has been great lately, but the risks are still there, and we have talked about the risks multiple times. We need to go and first check what we have done since the 1st of November. So, this was also shared with you guys in the community, as well as all the signals in the premium. And on the channel, for those who doesn't want to be in the premium, you guys can come and follow us on the YouTube videos and see all these signals. So we had twice had the stop loss for Solana, which was in total 2.5%. But Alhamdulillah, we have recovered it, and you can see that we made a very, very good progress. And since the start of it, like from November 5th, we had three signals on the 5th of November, 3%, 4.79, and 2% on Solana, which it did run to 7%, but I was expecting a little bit more. Anyways, we took Hype, Tau, Doge, ICP as well, which you can see 11, 7, 10, and up to 36% in ICP, which was very, very great. There were a lot more, but we tried to take the most probable ones. So far, everything is doing very much well. So let's go and see why do I say when I say to sell and completely exit, and the reason behind it, and how I see the overall market. And we're going to go about the liquidation levels as well. So all of you really truly understand what I mean and why do I see the risk, because it's still a little bit early to celebrate and say things like the altcoin season has officially started, which I'm hearing from the crypto influencers since the past 4 years, but that's not actually true. And it's never going to be like that from now on, because at the times that those alt seasons happened, there were like around 20,000 coins, let's say 2021. But right now there are like 20, 30 million coins. Um, the reports from CoinMarketCap says that. So unfortunately, all the new coins that people like buy and gamble with. Unfortunately, a lot of people are gamblers in this space. So they buy any meme coin that comes from pump.fun. That's why we don't actually get liquidity to the useful coins. But eventually, people do realize and they do come to the projects that are really valuable. But also, not all of them are going to perform well. That's our mission to identify the ones that really have potential fundamentally, and also we check their sentiment as well as the technical analysis, which do tell us what is going to happen and when. Because if we can really optimize our trades, and if we can truly find the discount prices of demand and the overbought prices and the supply zones, we can actually benefit a lot, and we can multiple times touch each of these levels and trade them and benefit from them. So let's start from Bitcoin actually. So you can see that the reason I have sold all of my Bitcoin after buying this wick at 105,000. Although I gave you guys signal, but by the time I bought it, it was quickly up above this. But I gave you guys below 100,000 and even 98,000, which it went to 98,885. So if you guys catch this, then well done. You made much more money than I did. But anyways, that's how it is. So let's now go and start from the US dollar, because this is our main uh, concern in the market, that why everything happens. So previously we talked about US dollar, that this trend line was broken as well as this level of resistance, but we said as long as we are below 100 level, it is still safe. Now, what am I seeing in here is this wave that is being created, and each time we come down, there's going to be a level of demand that is going to take the price higher because of this trend line that is broken. Although it might seem uh, still a valid level that we can go below, but we need to take all the risks in consideration that this level needs to be taken out, and as well as the lower trend line of this uptrend that is going on and creating higher low. Once this is taken out and we go below these two levels, at least below 99 or 98, then we can say that okay, we are really truly in a back to the bull market, like risk on, okay? Otherwise, we still need to be careful and trade these levels instead of uh, fully going in and buying everything and holding it for a long period of time. Although we did with some tokens, which they will inshallah perform. We bought them, for example, Hype, ICP, and Tau for long term, but we still need to see the overall market view, even when it comes to them, to be sure of what is going to happen. So this is the level that we need to be looking at. And once we go below this level of demand, you will still expect a pullback, then a continuation toward the downside. And also, this support should be taken out for a further push toward the downside. So another way we can see it, if this zone is not reclaimed, it will still mean that we will accumulate crypto at these levels. So this is one of the scenario, but this is actually the second scenario because it hasn't happened. What we can expect from here again is a higher level, which we still don't know if it can cross 100 or no. In my view, it can always do because people will try to speculate these levels, but in order to take out the ones that are trading in futures, this is going to be necessary. So that's what the whales will do. That's what the exchanges will do. There is going to be manipulation always until we find a way to be completely risked on. And by the time we reach there, all these people will be exhausted so much that they cannot afford to take a lot of leverage, and only the spot holders will benefit from it. Um, Okay, so another view is this USDT dominance, which we were expecting just a little bit lower, which it didn't go to, obviously. That's why I told you guys in the community, because every day we cannot come on, uh, what is it, Zoom or Google Meet to show you guys these levels, but I do update you guys in the community signals group. So this was also one of the reasons you can see that it did come down enough, but we still have a level of demand in 4 hour chart. That is why it's pushing. What we can again expect is a rejection from these levels to push back the USDT dominance down. Otherwise, if this is taken out, then we can expect actually that level that I previously talked about, which will take Bitcoin to where? To 92 to $90,000 levels. So that might come actually in play after we go above this level, and that's why we are out. And we are out in a very, very good time. If you see, we are retesting in a way this whole trend line in a bigger perspective, so it can really push up and liquidate all these people. But there's still a catch. If tonight and on the weekly, which is going to be when? After 1 day and 10 hours. So on Sunday night, like, is it Sunday night, Monday night? Like tomorrow night. Anyways, so if it still closes at these levels or just comes below this, we can expect a push down. Otherwise, if it's taken out, we can expect a push up in USDT, and the crypto market will crash again for a short period of time. The other indicator that we have is Bitcoin dominance. So the push that we had in some coins were actually triggered by the rejection from this level, which was 61 level at Bitcoin dominance chart. So you can see the price did come down and it went right below this previous resistance, and now it is trying to creep up again. What can we expect here? It can always go sideways to take everybody out, eventually do what it's supposed to do in the long term. And that also we don't know what it's going to do. We don't want to speculate, but we want to be seeing at all the probabilities. So what can I expect here? So in this 4-hour chart, you can see that this line is broken. This resistance is broken. It can actually retest this level and push further down, which in this case, USDT will also come down to this level if it does happen to this red line, and Bitcoin do go to 107,000, then after that we will see what is going to happen. So 59, and yeah, you need to take a look at this, and once we are truly out of this 59 level, then we can expect even a larger push in the altcoins. But if this does break higher again, then this time it will not stop at 61. This time it will go up because it will just continue moving up from this line. So you need to be very, very careful and see all the views and all the possibilities. That's why we are out with our trading uh, account, and we are just looking at the longer term coins. So which ones are really valuable? We can accumulate some, not a lot, but once this is truly confirmed, we can buy large amount in those coins as well. Always take profit, even if it's your long-term positions. If you bought a lot, take profit in those and you will not go broke, inshallah. But if you don't, there is a chance that you do go broke. Then you will not have money to invest again. Okay. So coming to total. Welcome all of you. Let me know which coins to analyze in the chat so I can go through those as well. If you wanted to talk to me and explain something, let me know as well and turn on your mic so we can talk. Okay, so if we see here, total is also reacting and it's coming down. It's because of this resistance. They never made their way actually to 3.58. That's why we were out already. And total 2, definitely I gave you guys this level. So it's reacting to that level as well. So you can see that we're still in the trend on daily. We're still on downtrend on daily. So it is some sort of bear market for the majority of coins, but it can turn around anytime soon. Total 3, we can see, damn, look at this. Look at this. Do you see this level broken? And do you see this retest? Now, if it doesn't look like there is going to be a fall in the market, then what does look to you guys? Like, what would be the indication? For me, in order to opt in back into these coins, I would let it go above this level, which is 983 billion to 1 trillion dollar level on total 3. Otherwise, it does what it needs to do. It will come down. It has broken this level. It is retesting, and it is also in this downtrend. What other reason do you want? It might sound crazy to a lot of you when I say bear market, But bear market doesn't like let you a chance or something that, oh, this is the signal, this is the top, exit here. But I did give you guys the top here. That was the top. And again, the other local top here, which was this lower shoulder that you see, this lower high, and you can see what is happening. So, yeah, and the signals, you can see that we are trading every single level, although there's a lot that is happening in the market in the long term, but we are trading these small levels and making money with um, Ethereum. How does this look to you guys? This level of support, which was touched previously on that day that everything went to see their bear market for just one day, which was on 10th October, which I did warn you guys about 2 days before. So yeah, we went below that now on Ethereum. Now, although we did trade this level and we exited, you can see that it's still below this level. Where can we trade this again? If it closes above on the retest of it, then we still have another level of 3,800. But 3,400 in my sense now it needs to be reclaimed. Otherwise, this level of demand that wasn't fully touched, it will get touched. And 98,000 that wasn't fully touched on Bitcoin, it will get touched too. So let me show you in this chart, not that one because that is for our signals. So one is right below this support. You can see that it's the end of this wick, but to truly panic everybody, it needs to come to 94 to $92,000 level. And this was the projection that was given to you, that when a trend line becomes so obvious, then it will get broken. And it did. Now, it is not going to be easy to go back above it. It will give us more lower highs than higher lows to buy. So lower highs are possibilities, so everybody gets out. That's why we need to trade right at the times that it reaches in a level that is there is a wick or there is a good level of demand, which if you are a beginner, you should join our course, which we teach you how to trade these supply and demand levels so you can make the analysis exactly like me. You can learn it from everywhere you want, but if you like our approach, the links will be down below. Anyway, so yeah, this does make sense to me. Before actually coming back to 107,000, let's see. Let's see if that is going to happen, or we would let it go and trade something else. So we're not going to trade back these coins. If we do, I will tell you guys if there is any opportunity in any of it later on, but still, they all look like they are going to come down. And you can see from a lower time perspective, Bitcoin did come down from this level. Or is there going to be a triple bottom? Maybe. Is it going to reverse from here? Maybe. We don't know. But the levels that we're going to trade should minimize our risk as much as possible and maximize our profit as much as possible. Otherwise, we don't take it. That's the rule. That's how you can stay profitable and avoid all the manipulation that happens in the market. Okay. We talked about this as well. So yeah, this was one scenario for Ethereum. Let me give you the other view as well. So that's 2,900 right below this wick. It might go actually, so you can accumulate more if you wanted. Otherwise, enter on the break because we already did trade this level. So what is the fear? Let it actually confirm going up, then we will buy. Otherwise, there's no rush. There is absolutely no rush. ETH BTC is actually looking a little bit better than it used to be looking like when it was at these levels. So it did fell down and it did react from this level, almost this level. That's why we bought Ethereum and some coins and tokens as well. Now it is going to come back and retest this mid-range. It's going to be actually good for us if it holds. So we can expect it to come back to this box. Then we will need it to cross this. Otherwise, this level will fully get tested and it can actually come down to this lower level if it goes below this level of 0.032, and it will take us to 0.030. Let's take a look at Solana. So yeah, Solana did come nicely to this level and it did react. Also, it came back to this level of supply. That's why I sold, and that's why I told you guys to get out. And if you did take the whole benefit of 7% profit, then well done. Otherwise, we took 2% just to get out of this because I knew it would come down. So the trade was actually here that we bought at 152 point something here. And the exit should have been here, but we exited around 57, 56 here, which it did go down. So to avoid further loss toward the downside, I told you guys to get out here. That's how it happened. Okay, Sol Bitcoin. Sol Bitcoin is relevant at the moment. Sol Ethereum irrelevant. We don't want to see any of them at this point. So Dogecoin, just 45 minutes ago, I told you guys to take profit in this. And it's because what you just saw on Total Tree, this is testing the same way. You can see that Dogecoin has broken this level, but also not fully touched the level of demand for me. And it went up from somewhere in the middle just because Bitcoin and Ethereum went up. And it had a shooting in this middle, which I gave you guys the signal at 0.164. So it did give us like 10%, which was good. Now it is at the point to take profit and get out of this. If it goes above this line, like this box, you can trade it into something like this. Otherwise, let it come down to this box. Then we will see what it's going to do there. Then we will act according to that. So these two levels are still valid for Dogecoin. That's what I'm looking at the moment. So again, Doge BTC, Doge Ethereum. Let's not go into those. Okay, a good thing that has happened is that gold against Bitcoin couldn't break this level, and it's still below 0.039 or 0.40, which is good for us, good for the long run. And as long as gold is not performing well against Bitcoin, it is actually good for Bitcoin. If it's good for Bitcoin, it's actually good for overall market health. So that's why we're tracking it. Let's see what it's going to do. If it does go above this level, then it's going to become a lot riskier. But at the moment, it's good. And on the other hand, gold itself is struggling at this level. Can you guys hear me now? So I was talking about gold. Now gold is struggling at this point, which obviously there are two things that can happen, but which one is the most probable one? If we are truly in a market that Bitcoin should go up, this should still underperform everything and it might just come back down. This is the most probable one. But on the other hand, it also looks like an accumulation at this level, which can take it just to 4,140 level, not so much. So I haven't seen a good impact at this level, so it has stayed for a very long time. It do tell me that it's going to go below 4,000 and 3,900 again, and we shall see it going down. So if it does, then it's good for Bitcoin and it's good for the overall market. Now, we are done with all of these. Now I'm going to go to the coins that you guys are saying. So one is Flux. Um, okay, one thing that I have forgotten, let me show you guys some fear and greed metrics. So according to CoinMarketCap, we're still in the fear level, which it means like a lot of retail hasn't come yet and they are fearful of the market. That's why they have lost the gains. But we did take the risk and we made money. But the risk was very concise and it was very well managed. That's why we made money. But there's still chance that the market will go up. And there is no alt season indication here if you see, and it has dropped back to Bitcoin season. And the RSI, on the other hand, looks like it is somewhere in the neutral position, but it looks like more of an overbought. So let's see what that will do. Because if you see at the liquidation charts, there's a lot of liquidation of short positions that could be triggered if Bitcoin goes to 105,000 again. And that was the level that we fully exited the market. Now, if it goes back, it will liquidate all those people. We would want that to happen, but we also want it to go above 107,000 to 112,000, which is another level there. Otherwise, Bitcoin can take all these people out again. That's where we want to get in at the lowest of the levels. And if you see in CoinGlass, it does show a little bit more probability uh, than the CoinAnk one. So yeah, both are looking good. So both are also saying that 105K could be the liquidation for the ones that have shorted Bitcoin. That's why we might also be seeing this correction in Bitcoin. So let's see, it will be confirmed by the weekly close, and we might do another analysis right before that. So let's go and finish with you guys's coins. So one is Flux. First, let me check if Slug is actually a halal coin because I don't know. If that is halal, then I will give you my view. Flux. So Flux is. Let's take a look at it. Ooh. So it had a good pump because it also dropped a lot. It has like 150% pump from the depth. Yep, 170. Mm. So let's see at the monthly. So the level of supply for this is this level that it has already reached. So it has reached the level of take profit. But if you want to accumulate this again, it should be in something like this. So after a breakout, you can enter here and another level will be this level. If it goes back down, let me make the adjustment. So yeah, so in either one of these you should be trading. If it comes back down toward the 111 or 112, that might be actually a buying opportunity for you. Otherwise, let the breakout happen. That's the most probable one. But USDT, let's see. Okay, it's also Sharia compliant. Where do you guys find these coins from? Oh, look at my analysis of who knows since when I did this. Maybe like November 2024. And since then it hasn't gone up. So it looks like I haven't also taken this trade because I don't have it. I might have just done an analysis. So it is in an accumulation area, to be precise. So you can see that it is in an accumulation area and it's also out of the accumulation somewhere in the middle. What you can look into as one level of supply, which is here. There are some wicks here, so keep an eyes on this, but the actual level that it can actually come to is here, and it does give you 110%. But above that, if it breaks, then you can keep it toward these levels, and there's a level here too, which you can look into. Okay, so yes, bro. What else? Thanks, Brave Browser Coin. Brave Browser Coin. What is the ticker for that, bro? We have like 5 minutes before I sign off. Guys, if you want to be part of our community and if you like to trade ethically with your fellow Muslim brothers, join. It is for free. But if you liked it a lot, much than what the free is, that we give you the lessons as well, which you can go to wap.com/halal portfolio if you are absolute beginner. But then if you want to commit for longer term period of time, and if you also want to take all the signals that we provide, which is absolutely very, very good, then it is going to be $33 a month for now from the 10th of November, which is on Monday. It's going to be increased to $49 a month. So take it or leave it, it's up to you. But itself, thanks. Okay, I did that. So link. Bro, basic attention token or Brave Browser Coin. That's another one that you're saying. Bat. What else is there? There's only one bat that I see here. So correct me if I'm wrong. Link. Okay, link. Let's go to the link one. So you bought at 14, now you want to see where it can go to. Thank you, by the way, for giving that signal to our community, bro. Much, much appreciated. So, yeah, it's still the same. So 13 to like 13 to 13.5 is the actual demand. Lower than that, there is a level which it might just get broken the way it has been before. So there's a lot of levels. I don't know which one to take. Let me see. Monthly. What is this? So, yeah. this could be the other level if it's broken. If we have a very, very khatarnak, dangerous fall, it might actually go to $5. But if not, which it is holding this line, then you shouldn't be worried. Your stop loss should be at like 12.5. But the entry is important since you haven't entered at this zone, and you have entered around 14.5, so your entry should be at like your break even. I don't know. The level of take profit for this, let's analyze from the top. One trend line you have is this one. The other one that you should be looking into is this one. And it gives you a take profit of around this box, like your first TP, then your second one, if it breaks, then your third one, then you have another trend line here, bro. So that's my view on it. It actually have a very, very good candle, and it looks like it's retesting even on lower time frame. So it might actually go back up and take you to the take profit level from here. Then we will decide. So it's like at that point, Bitcoin should be 107,000 as well. We have 1 minute left. I had rotated from Link to Mina to Uni. Wow. Good. Good. Yep. Uni is actually going up from this level, inshallah. So your stop loss should be below this level. And Mina. Yeah, I think you took this quick pump here because it still has a lot of room and it's retesting, so it might just go up. So yeah, you did take that. Good job. Now it is actually retesting, so this is what I'm thinking. This level is good for it. The stop loss should be at like 14 right below this wick.